So the first card you have for your past is the Moon. Yeah, this is a very dreamy card. This is a very introspective card, being in your head, worrying about things, all of that kind of thing. I am seeing dreams in this card, and I'm seeing daydreams, and I'm seeing night dreams as well. I think you might have had some sudden memories come to you or something like that, and I think this might have been about someone who you'd definitely gotten over. I think you'd separated from this person, and this was a while ago when you did separate from them. But I think at this time, excuse me, sorry about that, something might have triggered a memory of this person and of the time you were with them. I think it might have been a date or an anniversary or a birthday, something like that. And that kind of triggered off a memory of this person. Excuse me. Sorry about that. So, yeah, I think for a long time when you were still struggling to kind of get over this person, I hope this is going to make sense. Every timeline that you had in your mind related to something around them. It was like, you know, for example, if you're trying to think of something that happened a year ago, you'd automatically picture this relationship and what stage you were at together to kind of remind you of what date or time or whatever this thing happened that you're trying to remember. I hope that makes sense. So I think, you know, it was really hard for you to break away from this person totally, because you had to kind of break away from this mindset, this triggering of all the memories you had together. And this was an automatic mindset. You did this without even thinking, I think. So to try to reverse that, which is what you had to try to do, you had to be really mindful of everything, every memory, everything you thought had to sort of be reversed in a way. So it was really slow. It was a really slow, difficult process. I think you did mostly get through this. So I think these dreams that I'm seeing that were happening to you now might have been a bit of a shock to you, actually. Not only a shock, I think they might have even panicked you a bit. You might have been thinking something like, I thought this was over. Why am I having these dreams now? Why am I having this all over again? I'm trying to forget about this person, and I thought I had. So why is this coming back now? Why? So, you know, you weren't going back to square one again, so don't worry about that. I mean, if you're still going through this, you know, it's just that there was either an anniversary date or a birthday or something like that, and that triggered these memories. That doesn't, just because you're having a memory doesn't mean you're going back to square one of missing them and all of that stress all over again. So try not to panic around this if this is all resonating with you. It's just triggering a memory. And you know, this will pass again. This will pass again. The next card you have your past is the Page of Swords. So yeah, I'm looking at this again, and this is you panicking, caught off guard, trying to fight these dreams and these feelings, trying to kind of shake them all off, thinking, no, I don't want to have that again. I don't want to kind of be panicked again, and I don't want to have these dreams. I don't want to have these feelings. And I think, you know, if you're having such a dramatic reaction, which is what I'm seeing here, that shows me that, you know, you were really, really affected by this person. And I think you might have lost a lot of time to this person, maybe even years. Maybe you lost years to them. And I think maybe that might have been a part of what was affecting you so much. I think every time you looked back to anything that had happened at any time when you were with them, that was a reminder of all the time you'd lost. So you might have been thinking, oh, and now I'm remembering all that, and I've lost all those years with that person. And yeah, you won't get that time back that you lost with that person. But I think, you know, you did learn in that time. And I think, you know, don't just throw away those years. Remember what you learned in that time. You know, I think you learned what you would and wouldn't accept. And I think the biggest thing that you learned actually might have been the importance of seeing the reality in a situation, not what you hoped the reality was going to be, but the actual reality. You know, swords can be about a lot of different things. They can be about hurtful words. They can also be about cutting through situations and being able to find the clarity. So, you know, you have learned, because after you got through all of this, I think you realize that, you know, even though clarity and reality can be really, really painful, Honesty is the most important thing in any relationship. Even if it hurts, you want the next person that comes along to be honest. And you also want to be honest with yourself. You don't want to be in a situation where you're thinking, oh, everything will turn out okay. Oh, they only said that because of that. They really love me deep down. Oh, they've only disappeared for that reason. It might be, the phone might be broken. Or, they might, come on. So, yeah, I think you're realizing that even though the truth can hurt, you're not going to pretend to yourself ever again if you get into another situation. Yeah, so the last card you have for your past is the King of Pentacles. And the King of Pentacles is the stable king. He's probably the most stable card in the whole deck. And this, I think, is what you decided that you wanted after coming out of all of this. You wanted stability. You wanted a rock. That's what you wanted in a new partner. And so I think this is what I'm seeing. I think these dreams were coming to you at this time to remind you of what you decided you wanted when you came out of all of this. It might be that you've been thinking about someone else. You've been maybe even talking to someone, maybe dating someone, I don't know. And maybe they were a bit like this old partner that you had in some way. Maybe they weren't entirely trustworthy. Maybe they're an exciting, cool person or whatever, but they weren't the most stable person. And you might be thinking, oh, I want to fall for them. I really want to like them. But there's something in the back of my mind telling me that this might not be right for me. And so that's why I think these dreams, if this is all resonating with you, I think that's why these dreams and these things are coming up to remind you of what you promised yourself that you wanted when you got out of this old relationship. So that's why it's coming up, not to hurt you, not to make you go, oh no, I'm really panicking, and I'm not for that reason. It's to remind you, it's to make you think, this is what I want, this is what I want. I want a rock, I want stability, I want honesty, and I'm not going to accept anything less. So just remember that. That's what I'm seeing now. So the first card you have your present is the Seven of Wands. So, yeah, I'm seeing some kind of a battle. Obviously, this is a battle, but it's not as dramatic as I'm seeing. I think this might be about you not bowing down to someone else's behavior, or not kind of giving in to someone else's behavior, if that makes sense. I think you might have taken one too many little shady comments from someone. I'm just seeing the kind of comments that are kind of like, they're sort of borderline, if that makes sense. It's the sort of thing that, if you said anything back to them, you might look unreasonable. It's that kind of thing. And excuse me, that I didn't burp then. I really didn't. It was my stomach grumbling. I'm on a diet, and that's why my stomach's rumbling. Oh, I wasn't burping, really, I promise. So yeah, I think, yeah, you've been taking these kind of little comments from someone, and it's like, oh, if I say anything back to them, I'm going to look crazy or unreasonable, so I can't say anything. What am I going to do? And also I'm seeing that this is probably around the workplace. So again, that's another reason why you don't want to kind of stand up and say anything. You have to be diplomatic, you have to be professional, because you're in the workplace. Excuse me. So that was me coughing, by the way. So you might just I think you might just decide to do something like not say anything at all. You might just, I think silence might say it all for you. That's what I'm seeing. If this is resonating and this is what you're deciding to do, or something like that, I'm glad you are, because sometimes I see silence can say everything sometimes without having to say anything. If they come and say to you, oh, you've done that wrong, why did you do that, or something, and you just look at them silently and say nothing. And there's this atmosphere, it's like, but they can't say anything because you haven't actually done anything or said anything. So that, I know that might sound calculating, but you need to be careful in the workplace. But you also, it's like, you need to be careful in the workplace. You can't say anything crazy or terrible that makes you look bad. But you also want to make a stand against this person. So I think that might be what you're doing. So yeah, the next card you have for your present is the Two of Pentacles. So yeah, you need to be careful around the workplace, of course, because you can't afford to lose your job. That's what I'm seeing in this card. It might not be the most exciting job. It might not be what you want to be doing forever and ever. But I think that in the past, you might have been through some financial ups and downs, juggling money like this poor man, juggling his coins, trying to stretch yourself, trying to stretch the coins farther, trying to stretch what you had at the end of the month farther, all of that kind of thing. I've been through that myself. So I think, you're back on your feet again now, or you're almost back on your feet again. And, you're not going to sabotage that. You're not going to do anything to sabotage that. So, I think eventually you will look for something else, some other job. But at the moment, I think you're kind of just stabilizing yourself. You're kind of getting yourself back into that. You might be starting to save your money up again, getting a kind of a cushion behind yourself and getting yourself, just stabilized. So that's why you're not going to let anything like this silly person affect you or jeopardize your job, definitely. The next card you have, your present is Justice. Yeah, so I think with this shady person who I think's around your workplace, I think they're going to realise that you know exactly what they're doing, which is to put you off your work, put you off your game, all of that kind of thing. They might be doing this to other people as well. And you know what's happening, you can see what's happening. And, if this person's spending so much time trying to bother other people and put them off, things aren't going to be that great for them. The only reason why people try to do this to other people is because things don't feel or look that great for them. Now, things probably already aren't too great for them. So yeah, that's why they're acting like this. But if they keep on concentrating on other people and not their own work, obviously it's going to get even worse for them. They'll get less and less done, and obviously they won't be concentrating properly on what they're doing. And yeah, this has to show in their performance. And the other thing is, part of someone's performance at work is about being able to get along with other people. And obviously they don't get along with other people. So I know you're probably not going to bother with any kind of revenge or anything like that, because your jobs, you want to keep your job, obviously. You want to keep, you want to be reliable in your job. You want to be a kind of a diplomatic person that people get along with. You want to be able to get your work done. So you're not going to bother with them, any kind of revenge. And also, it's just not worth your time or energy bothering with this person, but it is going to catch up with them. You're not going to have to do anything because it is probably going to catch up with them. That's what I'm seeing. So the first card you have for your future is the Seven of Swords. Yes. So I think this is why this Justice card's here. This person at work might actually be doing a lot more than just bothering people. Obviously the man on this card's stealing, but I don't think that's what they're doing. They're doing something. But something's going to be found out about them. Something's going to be revealed about this person. If you look at the man on this card, he's looking back and he looks as if he's thinking about whether he's covered his tracks properly. It's like he's thinking, oh, have I left anything behind? Have I left any evidence behind? Have I left my footprints behind? What have I done? Are people going to realise what I've done? And he has. He's left 2 swords behind. And if you look at the Justice card as well, there's a curtain behind this woman. So something's happening that we can't see right now, but it's going to be revealed. It's behind the curtain right now. And the curtain in the Justice card is like, it's a reminder a lot of the time. It's saying to whoever wants justice in a situation, or, if they're waiting for justice to happen, it's a reminder that it will come. You might not be able to see it happening, it's behind the curtain, but it will come. It's sort of lining up behind the scenes. That's what this card can mean. So yeah, not only is their behavior going to be revealed and they're going to be caught out, I think that there might be some people might start to, or the boss or someone might start to really keep a much stronger eye on this person, and they might watch them a lot more closely. And I think once they start to watch them a lot more closely, they're going to find other things that they're doing as well. So things aren't going to look too great for that person. Yes, justice. The next card you have for your future is the Six of Wands. I love this card. Yeah, I'm seeing compliments in this card actually. I think someone might be complimenting you. And sometimes you can be a little bit suspicious of compliments, actually. I think sometimes when people compliment you, you can think things like, what do they want? What do they want? Why are they complimenting me? I don't think this person wants anything from you, but I do think that whoever this is definitely attracted to you. They're admiring you. They're looking up to you. I'm getting the feeling that they're removed from you in some way, though. So maybe they're complimenting you over social media or something like that. But I think, they're not someone who you only know through social media. I think you do know this person, or you did know them in real life. But these compliments are coming from far away, a bit like this crowd separated from the man on this horse. So you might even have a channel on here, I don't know, and they might be contacting you through the comments or something, I don't know. But this person's definitely commenting, they're saying little compliments, they're saying nice things, not lots of things, just a few little things, little compliments, maybe little flirty things. They're admiring you from a distance, and yeah, that's what I'm seeing. They're just starting this off very slowly with you. So the last card you have for your future is the Queen of Wands. So yeah, I think you know this person in real life, and at this time, yeah, I think the messages that are coming from this person are probably a bit casual, but they are a bit flirty. I think you can probably tell this person's attracted to you, but I'm getting the feeling that you might not be taking any of this very seriously. They're probably just little comments, little compliments, and I think you might just be thinking, well, that's nice, whatever, but whatever, it's just a small thing. But then I'm seeing what's going to happen is it starts off small, and then what happens is they're going to start to escalate these comments and these compliments. They're going to start to communicate a lot more with you in the future. I'm seeing a lot of quick communication coming to you soon. I'm seeing a lot of positive, really admiring, nice communication. They're going to really ramp this up. They're going to really let you know that this is how they feel about you. Look at the sunflowers on this card. They're facing the front. They're facing you. So this person has a lot of very positive things to say to you. They want to radiate that positivity from them to you. Now, I don't know if you're going to welcome this communication or not, because I am feeling I am seeing a lot of independence around you at this time. But whatever you feel about this, just get ready, because I am seeing them really starting to say a lot more to you, emailing, talking to you. It's going to really ramp up. And this might be because of Valentine's Day coming up, I don't know. But just be aware of this. Just be aware of this. They are going to start to talk a lot more to you. That's what I'm seeing.